right, what we're looking at here, we're looking at a couple different things. Now, you might have seen on the website that I have the directions for this little guy, which is a cardinal or bird. The only reason it's cardinals, it has kind of this little indent or pinch at the back of the head. Could be blue jay if I painted it blue, or I can round it off and make it kind of like a normal bird without that fringe on the back. So that's kind of up to you either way. Other things, you know, little pendants, larger pendants, things like that, you can make out of stuff. Now what I have here is if you don't have clay at home, or you just kind of want to play around with something and not have it fired and just let it air dry, you have two different kinds of things I like using. We have the flour and salt, so there's salt and flour in here together, and I also have this cat litter. Cat litter is actually clay. Now there's usually, like this one's from my cats, and they're the Glade scented ones. So we have Glade scent in here. So you will have like these little bits and pieces of scented clay.
It's something your cats haven't had the chance to use yet, right?
Yes, this is not a not used litter. And
okay, just wondering.
All right, not used litter, dry litter, just laying around. Or I like using cat litter because it is dry clay. Now it's non-fired clay. It means you can't fire it in the kiln. It's been processed, and it's very low dust as well. Regular dirt and clay, if you ever like clap your hands after playing in the dirt or whatever, it'll have dust come off, and that's not very good for you, make you sneeze and everything. So this is dustless, so it's been processed a little bit down to where there's no dust. So I kind of like using that a little bit as well. And when you add water to that, here's one with water, and I can't really give you an exact measurement of water. It just depends on the type that you're using. Lightweight, heavyweight, if it doesn't have scent. Now, the ones that don't work is like the little beaded ones, or ones that have silicone in it. Those don't work very well because they're not made to stick together. But so you can make like your own clay. And I said I like using this. You can make like, go out and get dirt and make clay like too, but it doesn't, usually has a lot of impurities in it. It'll have little sticks and bugs and things like that. So that's why I kind of like using cat litter for when I'm doing this. I've done this with the kids before at school, and it was just going over the process of how clay is made. Now, as I said, I can't fire it because of all the other stuff that's been added into it because it's cat litter, but it is clay. And the flour. Now the flour, and that's just water mixed in until it gets into a clay consistency where it's not like all over your hands. Like, see, when I do this, it doesn't have any, I have very little on my hands. It's at perfect consistency. Now, flour and salt. Salt's just a preservative to make it not, you know, not go bad as quick. You can put food coloring and stuff in it, or you can leave it white and then paint it. Either way. Another one that's not a fired, this is actually a dough, not a clay. We can actually call this clay because it's made from dirt. Dirt makes clay. And so we can call this clay, but it's a non-fire clay. This would be an air dry. Where versus this one is a dough. Dough just means it's made out of flour, not dirt. Big difference. But a lot of people still call it Play-Doh or clay. And what I like using instead of water, I like using just either hair conditioner or lotion. It just makes it softer and doesn't dry as quick. It also is easier to clean up. So I just kind of put some in there, and it's just kind of a hit or miss. It depends on, like I said, this is about a third a cup with salt added, and it depends on the lotion or the conditioner and how much water is already in it. This is a lotion, so it has a little less water in it than a conditioner would have. So I'm just going to mix that up. It also doesn't go bad as quick as if I was just putting water in here. It won't get like moldy or crack. That's another thing. If you put just water in here, you'll crack it. And see how I'm kind of mixing it? And I'm only mixing it with kind of like one finger at first to kind of get it going. Now, if you're a kid, you can just get like right in there and just start doing that. And see how it's starting to form like a little dough? See, I can touch it. It's not really sticking. I can still add a little more in there. And I can keep going. And I want to get all that mixed up until it makes like almost like a ball. See how it's making like a ball? See? It's real soft. So now I can start mixing in that other dough, the flour there, to make a dough. No, kitty, no, get away. Jeez.
You didn't brief the cat first.
I know. He's like trying to jump on it. It's like, no, no, you can't come over here. Okay. So now I have kind of a nice, really soft dough. I'll probably wipe my hands off. See how it's not sticking to my hand now? It's only sticking here because I have a wet part of my hand. But see how it's like doing that? That's how you want it to get. I'm going to wipe my hands off quick.